Okay, retakes for learning target 4. Um, Here was the problem from your test. It had these two data sets, male and female heights of 8th grade students in inches. Probably the most common error on this was that people would put really, really nice looking work, but that work didn't really compare the two data sets. Okay, so I saw a lot of like really nice 5-number summaries or box and whisker plots or histograms, stuff like that. But those things didn't really compare the two data sets. And so here, like I would see a lot of this kind of thing, dot plots, histograms, box plots, stuff like that. And that's all really, really good. Probably the only thing that, if you're watching this video, probably most likely the only thing you left out was that comparison between the males and females. So you needed to say something generally about the two data sets. For instance, here are 5-number summaries for the males and females. This would be some examples of really good comparison statements. Okay, on average, males are taller than females. Okay, you can get that. That's a good comparison between the two. You can get that from the median, with the male median being slightly higher than the female. You could also get that from the maximum. Okay, so another comparison would be the most common height for males is 69 inches and for females is 65 inches. Okay, that would be the mode. That's one of the ways that we compare spread or compare center, rather, of two data sets. So you can say that males are taller. They have more, the most common height for males is 69 inches, and that's taller than the most common for females, which is 65. You could also say that males tend to vary in height more than females more, and you'd be able to tell that from the IQR, okay, that Q3 minus Q1. So some sort of general statement that compares male height against female height is kind of what we were looking for there. So here's a practice problem. Okay, the example is hot dogs eaten in a hot dog eating contest. Okay, the members of Team 1 here are how many hot dogs each member of Team 1 ate. Here, the members of Team 2 and how many hot dogs each Team 2 member ate. Okay, so go ahead and pause the video. Use anything that you've learned in the unit. So you can go ahead and make those 5-number summaries or those histograms or box plots or whatever, but then use that to compare the two data sets. So say something comparing Team 1 against Team 2. Okay, so here is the 5-number summary for Team 1 and Team 2. We can go ahead and use this 5-number summary or some other kind of way to compare spread. Okay, it doesn't have to be a 5-number summary. It can be other things too. I just went with a 5-number summary. So what we can do then is use this to compare these two data sets. So we're going to compare Team 1 and Team 2. It looks like there's, again, a lot of different examples that you could do for this. It looks like Team 2 has a slightly higher median. So you could say, kind of on average, Team 2 ate more hot dogs, or members of Team 2 ate more hot dogs. Team 2 also has the higher maximum. So you could compare the two by saying that there was more variance in the members of Team 2 because their minimum was 23, but their max was all the way up at 49. Whereas Team 1's min was 21 and their max was 34. So there's more variation in the number of hot dogs eaten by members of Team 2. You could kind of get that from the Q1 and Q3 if you wanted to find interquartile range and talk about the variation that way, that the IQR for Team 2 will be higher than that of Team 1. Okay, any of those or other examples would work. to compare spread and variation in center of these two data sets. Okay, so at this point you are good to go on taking that retake.